What's up, guys? Today we are doing another Neca action figure review from the Neca Retro Wave line of Candyman. Now, this figure is for Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, which I believe is the sequel to the original Candyman. But honestly, this looks like the original Candyman from the first movie. I just think that Farewell to the Flesh is probably something to do with a licensing issue. That's why they say it's that, and not just for the original Candyman. But this figure looks great. On my channel, I have reviewed the Migos Candyman, but this one looks like it's probably be the superior one. We will find out later when I open up him and bring out my Migos when we do the size comparisons and see how these two stack up to one another. It's good to be doing another Neca horror figure review, especially of Candyman. I actually just saw the newest Candyman and I absolutely loved it, which inspired me to go buy this Neca figure. So let's open Mr. Candyman up and take a closer look. Here we have the Candyman out of his packaging of Mr. Tony Todd, and right behind him we have this really awesome like cardboard poster that comes with the figure, which is really nice. It's you can actually get the shirt from Cavity Colors. You know, they're a really great clothing brand, and also right off the bat, I like the figure. It's really cool. I definitely think it's the face sculpt is really the face sculpt and detailing are probably better than the Migo figure, but we'll know for sure when we take it out. I think the likeness is very much Tony Todd. I mean, that looks like Tony. I think the hook is a lot better detailed. I like the fact that it has the nails. You can really see the horrors he went through to get in. I like the general costuming. You know, it looks very much like him. The soft goods are really cool. Really great, you know, white shirt underneath. But one of the things, I think the jacket is so iconic, and that this is a lot better of a jacket than the Migos version. Accessory wise, it comes with two heads. This one is the bee head, the bee head, and then the chest of bees. You know, the story goes that they rubbed honey on his chest, and the bees just kind of tore him apart from the inside out. We will add these two on in a bit. As we check out more of Candyman, we'll see how he looks with his other two accessories on there. So, like I said, the face sculpt I think is probably what sells it the most for me, that this is Tony Todd. This is Adam Robitaille. He's one of the great icons of horror. I definitely think that having him in the collection is really cool, especially, as a horror fan, I'm always trying to get iconic slasher villains, and every time Neca can give me one that is a little bit more unique, it's really cool. So I like the fact that Neca was able to give us Candyman. One of the other ones I did of this year was Victor Crowley, which I also reviewed on my channel, which I think is really cool because Victor Crowley is a lot more underrated of a villain. And I do think Candyman, to that respect, is an underrated villain as well. So, like I said, I really love the detailing. They even gave him a belt, like I said, soft goods shirt. I think the pants are very much like the pants he wears in the film. His shoes look really cool, but I think the jacket is the selling point here. I think the jacket is what really sells it. I really like that a lot. It's really a quality figure. I'm really impressed with how this ended up turning out. And I do think it probably will be the superior of the two figures of the Candymans. And I know there's one you can get at the Movie Maniacs line, which is plastic. It's not soft goods like this. So if that's something you're into, you can check that out. Let's do a head swap and put on his chest cavity and see how he looks, with the other accessories. So now that we have these other accessories on, take a close look at the face sculpt. You can see the bees coming out of his mouth. So I think it's really impressive. I think, the detailing of that Neca has done is really cool. And then the chest cavity is really easy to put on. It just goes right over top of his clothing. But you can see the detailing of the bees is really cool. I like that. You can even see some underneath of the ribs. This is definitely how I'm going to display this Candyman. I think it's kind of cool that we can get one of him, with his chest cavity. I think that's really awesome, especially with the fact that the Migos one is more plain, so it's nice to have two different versions. You can have one of Candyman where he looks like he's dealing with the suffering of the bees and a little bit more of a scarier scene. Then we have the other one for the Migos that's a little bit more normal, besides the hook in his hand. Let's get the Migo version out, and maybe a couple other Neca retro figures, just so we can see how Candyman looks, and then we'll put a close to this. So the first size comparison we have is the Migos version of Candyman, next to the Neca one. And as you can see, like I said, the Migos is a really great price point, by the way. Like, it's like, I think like $12. Like, it's really not a bad price point. So, like, considering the fact that this is a lot cheaper than maybe if you don't, because this is $40. So $40 to $12. So it's really not a bad price point, but as you can see, the detail level you get is more film accurate. Like obviously anybody could look at your shelf and be like, well, that's Candyman. But if you really want it to look like Candyman, I mean, I would say that the Neca wins by a mile. I think that this figure is a lot more detailed. I think that it comes with more, like this is a lot more film accurate. But as far as like putting them on the shelf together, it would be cool. Like I said, I had the normal version of Candyman. Now I have my more grotesque version of Candyman, so that's really cool in my eyes. Let's get a few other Neca retro cloth figures to see how he looks with some other Necas. Here we have some other Neca retro cloth figures. I have my collection of Victor Crowley and the 2018 version of Michael Myers. And they look great. There is such a cool look to these Neca retro cloth figures. I don't buy all of them, but every once in a while they make something that I just can't pass up. And this is one of them, like Victor Crowley. I just think it's so awesome that we have a Victor Crowley figure. And now we have a really fantastic Candyman figure to add to the collection as well. I think all in all, they're just really, really fantastic figures. And I highly, highly recommend to pick up these Neca retro cloths. I highly recommend to pick up the Candyman. See the new Candyman movie. I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, truly, it was one I was very, very impressed with. And it was a movie I wasn't even really looking forward to. And it's kind of rejuvenated my love of the Candyman franchise, which is always kind of something. It's always nice when a movie can do that. So I've been kind of on a Candyman kick lately. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, share the video, like it, comment, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.